The LA DA announcing charges against the singer known as David in the killing of a 14-year-old girl. David Burke faces 3 charges, including first-degree murder. Police found the teen's body inside the trunk of his Tesla last year. Officers arrested the singer last week.
These charges include the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring. That is first-degree murder with special circumstances. The special circumstances being lying in wait, committing this crime for financial gain, or murdering a witness in an investigation. I want to look at this as a parent. I am a parent of 3 children, and a parent's nightmare is a situation where your daughter goes out one night and never comes back.
I want to bring in CBS News chief correspondent Matt Gutman live for us in Los Angeles. Matt, can you break down the charges for us?
Liz, there are 3 basic tranches of the charges here. One is that first-degree murder, the other is lewd and lascivious, and the other abuse of a minor under the age of 14, and the last is the disposal of a body. But they're all basically linked together. And this is what we now understand the LAPD, in conjunction with the LADA's office, has been working on for the 7 months since they discovered these badly decomposed remains of Celeste Rivas Hernandez in the frunk of a Tesla belonging to the singer David. At first, they didn't know what they had found. It took them a couple of weeks to identify the body. It then took them a little bit longer to understand that Rivas was this runaway who had been missing for over a year. Her parents didn't know where she was, and that she had disappeared at some point in the spring of 2025. We now know, according to the LADA, where she went then, that she disappeared. She had gone to his house in the Hollywood Hills, where the prosecutors say he killed her, or they killed her. A group of them, we're not exactly sure, but at least they understand that the singer David killed her or took part in that murder and then disposed of her body. And that's what they have been working to build until then. And I've been in Los Angeles reporting on these kinds of cases and lots of different kinds of cases for the past decade, but I cannot recall a case in which the LAPD and the DA kept the cards so close to the vest. They really wanted to make this case leak-proof, and there are a couple of reasons for that, Liz. The first is, this is obviously a very high-profile case. David has had a booming music career over the past couple of years, and he has accumulated a not insignificant amount of wealth. The other is, the evidence that they did have or do have is, at this point, it appears to be very circumstantial, right? There is no smoking gun. They don't have the murder weapon. They don't necessarily have an eyewitness corroborating it or a piece of video. So they've been working to build this puzzle and put all the pieces together over the past 7 months. And if word got out or something leaked, they were worried that everything would just unravel. So that's what we're learning now. The next shoe to drop is probably going to be the coroner's report, which we anticipate will be released in the coming days. That will tell us how they believed that Rivas Hernandez was murdered. And then, of course, we're going to have an arraignment at some point, or just happened at some point, and then we'll have further hearings, preliminary hearings, and we'll learn more about the state's case then. Right now, just the basic rudiments of this case, and the biggest one, of course, you heard at the top of that piece, is that the singer David faces first-degree murder charges with special circumstances, which means if he is convicted, at the very least, he would spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole, or the state could even invoke the death penalty. But the DA said at this point they're not quite sure which way they're going to go, Liz.
And the details of this case are absolutely horrific. Matt Gutman, thank you so much for that update.